if you want to learn how to actually show up a lot more powerfully, maybe you've already kind of started doing this stuff, okay? And yet you're not getting the sales that you want to get because you feel as though you're kind of disappearing in the sea of many other people doing exactly the same thing you're doing. Can I show you how to stand out? Can I help you start to make more money being unapologetically you? Now, this is the truth of the matter. You better not join in if you're squeamish or you're kind of scared about facing the truth about the power that lives within you. I will be talking about sex. I will be talking about spirit, and I will be giving you strategy. Okay? So, so if there's a part of you that is kind of like, I'm not so sure I want to talk about sex. Well, one, you probably need to, because why don't you? Why don't you? It's like eating. What is the issue? You should watch my video from earlier, basically, where it's like I likened it all to it's food. You just need some food. So what's the issue, man? But then, you know, we've kind of brought him in this world where the whole sex thing is to be avoided like the plague. But this is the thing. I'm going to break it down for you, what we're going to be doing from day 1 to 7 here. But it's going to be fairly intense. You're going to be in a group with me, okay, where you're going to first and foremost, number one, you're going to connect with intuition, you're going to connect with source. Because whatever else I'm doing here, if you give in to guilt, shame, a lack of self-worth and everything from the beginning, then it will not work for you. So I want you to learn very quickly how to connect with source so you can start to ask the questions that you haven't asked in ages. And when I say the questions, I'm going to be asking you to tap into your full power. Now, some of you, it's just like even the reason why you're not asking for the money when you're putting your message out there is because of the guilt, the shame around it. You're not sure you're allowed to. You're a bit worried that maybe you'll be punished by source if you actually ask for money whilst doing the thing that you're called to do. So you'd rather work in a job that you don't much like rather than ask for the money doing the work that you are born to do. I want you to get over that stuff very quickly. So I'm going to show you how I got over that stuff by connecting very directly with what I call Papa, who is my God, really, and learning how to find out what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So it's not that I'm listening to somebody else's opinion. I don't even want you listening to my opinion. I want you to be working this stuff out by yourself. So that's day 1 anyway. We'll be going into that stuff as well as, you know, using your spirituality to come up with creative ideas to put your business out there so that you start to show up as you. You start to show up as the wisest version of you, okay? So you start to stand out from the crowd rather than just kind of blending in and being vanilla, basically. That's day 1. Day 2, we're going to be unleashing the power of desire, okay? We will be looking into your sexual energy, how that can be used to literally light you up crazily so that people pay attention and they pull out their wallets, okay? Literally. Now, this isn't some kind of, I don't know, I am going to be blunt, but it's not about some kind of, I don't know, horrible, I don't know what thing. It is about, however, owning that power within you, okay? Now, day 3, we're going to be talking about communication, the different ways that you can communicate in today's marketplace, okay, so that you start to get results. So we'll be going through quite a lot of different ideas around communication and how you can make that work for you, okay, what works best for you and all of that stuff. Day 4, we're going to be owning your awesome, okay? This is about getting over any kind of self-worth issues. This is about getting over any kind of doubt and, I don't know, self-doubt or doubt about your message or any of that stuff so that you show up powerfully, charismatically in the marketplace, okay? So that is day 4. You start owning your everything. Day 5 is about capturing people's information because, yeah, the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? So I'll just be talking you through how you can get that done, okay? And day 6 is about the orgasm. There's something, it's to me, when your business isn't quite working the way you want it to, it's almost like, you know, getting so far in your sexual journey and then never quite getting to fulfillment. Okay. So I'll be talking you through some of this stuff. Okay. Which, yeah, for some of you, it might be too much to handle, in which case don't join in. But for some of you, it's exactly what you need to hear. You need to figure out how you can associate your sexuality with your creativity. And I'm going to show you how. Okay. So that is day 6. Yeah. On day 7, it's about sell. Sales strategies for today's social media culture, okay? So that is the 7-day thing. If you didn't listen to it all, you need to go back and listen into what I'm saying here. But that's a 7-day thing, which is, as you can see, a mixture because I'm very much about action and clarity. Without the action, you are not going to get the results, okay? We can navel gaze for the rest of your life, but if you don't take no action, you're not going to get the results. So this is why I'm combining the action with the clarity, because again, you might be taking all the action on the planet, or at least all the action you know to take. But then without clarity, you will be showing up like some kind of weakling. And so nobody will notice you. You'll be kind of wimpy. No one will notice you ultimately. And so therefore you will not make sales because you haven't dealt with your internal crazy nonsense. So you need to deal with that. Okay. So that is why I've combined it in this way. And it's a 7-day boot camp. So you will be immersed in this stuff. You will come out of that 7 days completely thinking differently from the way you've ever thought before, because I will cause you to question some of the things you've considered to be truth, which are holding you back, okay? Holding you back completely from living out your destiny, living out the life that you're born to live, okay? So we'll be going through 7 days together in Relentless Sexy Sales, and you need to join in, basically. If you are not getting the results that you want, or you're kind of sitting on the fence somewhere, kind of knowing that you have this message that you need to deliver, but you're kind of not sure, you're not sure how to do it, thanks for the thumbs up, guys, and all of that stuff, then you need to get over that stuff, and I will help you do that in 7 days, you and me together. You need to pop over to rosemarynonnynight.com/relentless, because this is about relentlessly putting yourself out there, choosing to recognize that it is important that you do the work that you're born to do, okay? That it is important that you don't waste any more time. That it's important that if you'd started this, last year, where would you be now? If you started this 2 years ago, where would you be now? Enough of living with the regret of not getting started, and instead start to create the life, like I mentioned, where you actually love everything that you do. Because that can be your life. In fact, that is the life you were born for. Except you've been holding back, thinking that you can't get it because you've never experienced it before. Hey, Rose, how you doing, honey? Because you've never experienced it before, you kind of think that therefore you can never experience it. Your past results do not necessarily mean that your future is going to be exactly the same way unless you keep doing what you're doing right now, okay? So get over it and join Relentless Sexy Sales.